debate is virtual reality is damaging social skills. And this topic is for Group 1. Group 1 comprises of Red House and Green House. After this, when they are concluding, we will begin with Group 2. And it's a pleasure and a privilege for me and Miss Asha, along with Anirudh from class 9A and Mahir from class 8A as the chair of this debate. Now, before beginning, let me bring it to your notice what the rules are going to be for the debate. The participants will be judged on the basis of their content, the facts that they are going to present. Secondly, the logics and the reasoning, clear introduction, well-organized points, smooth transitions, and a very effective conclusion. Third is the evidence and examples. Whatever evidences you are projecting for your motion has to be very clear. There is no room for any confusion. Fourth, the rebuttal and the refutation. You have to refute and refute in a proper manner for the points with which you don't agree from your opponents. Fifth one is critical thinking. How much you have analyzed the entire topic and how you are going to support it with your proper evidences. Sixth, your delivery and how confident you are in your arguments. Seventh is your language and fluency. Eighth, persuasiveness means the ability to convince and influence the audience as well as the judges. Time management. You have been allotted a total of 3 minutes. After 2 minutes 30 seconds, the bell will go. After the 30 seconds, when you complete 3 minutes, there will be a final bell. And after every 30 seconds, the bell will go and the bell will be here. Lastly, the most important thing, that is your teamwork. How coordination and your team together is standing along with you in your arguments. Because we should not forget teamwork can make the dream work. Now I would invite the participants of Red House and Green House to come and take their chairs. Thank you so much, boys. Now, during the debate, each speaker will be invited in a correct sequence and will be given an equal time to speak. You have to give your points of information in between. Means after the 3 speakers, you can give your points of information up to you, not choice, to the opponent team. The duty of the chair is time management and to take care that the entire debate is conducted smoothly without any confusion sort of hindrance. The audience are requested to maintain proper discipline and rigor. Lastly, I would like to introduce the three judges for the first round of semi-finals, Sir Leonard, Sir Andrew Munger, and Brother Jim. Please give them a huge round of applause. Now we will begin with the first speaker from Red House.
Good afternoon, Honorable Chairperson, respected judges, and birthday opponent and my dear friends. Somewhere, right now, a teenager having a deep emotional conversation with whom they have not actually met, wearing the face that isn't the real. Our honorable opponent may call it connection, but we call it a bonding. Raise your hand if you ever seen a family walk into a restaurant sitting together, but each of them is focused on their screen. Raise your hand if you ever seen that two friends are sitting together, but one of them is focused on their screen. Now imagine this virtual reality, this screen are converted into a virtual reality headset, head, virtual reality headset, then it would be. And today, I and my team will support the topic the virtual reality is damaging the social skill. But further we go, let's define the virtual reality. Virtual reality means that computer generated environment like VR chat, Meta Horizon where people interact with one user to another user through the avatar rather than physical selves. By the social skills, we mean that physical ability by the human being produced by the face to face contact, face to face communication, and build a trust to the people. These abilities can be done by the along with the world experiences. This cannot be done by the virtual reality. Our simple point is that the nobody is born and know that how to judge our friend's face looking disappointed or sit through that sit in silence without escaping it. Now we believe that my my points, my team will elaborate some of the points. That virtual reality reduce of non-verbal fluency and the emotion confusion. Virtual reality cause a time displacement and virtual reality train our brain to underestimate the vulnerability thinking. Vulnerable thinking. Thank you.
That was the introductory speech from the Red House. Now it's the turn for Green House to come and give their introduction.
Good morning, everyone present. Today I rise to oppose the motion that virtual reality is damaging and destroying social skills. Let's begin with the question: did smartphone destroy friendship? Did television or internet destroy our friendship, relationship, etc.? Nothing. So that can be said also with virtual reality. It does not destroy anything. It helps us in many profitable ways. Like if you are sitting here and your grandparents are in abroad or different countries, it helps us in contacting with them through virtual reality. It helps universities, etc., to architecture, military training, etc. Blaming virtual reality is like blaming a pencil for bad handwriting. Virtual reality also helps us in various other ways. When television and internet were released, everybody thought that it would be the end of the reading and end of face-to-face talking, but it didn't happen. The worthy opponents have mistaken it, and they have mistaken it that VR is damaging our social skill, but it is all opposite. I would like to say that virtual reality has many profitable ways and it is not destroying anything.
Now we would like to invite the second speaker from the Red House to review the arguments made by the first speaker from the opponent team.
Good afternoon, everyone. Here's a quote by Aristotle: "Man, by nature, is a social animal." He did not say, "Man is a virtual animal." My team's first speaker laid out the roadmap, and now I would be elaborating on the first 2 points. So let's begin with nonverbal fluency. Humans are enormously nonverbal creatures. Researchers have long pointed out that a huge share of what we communicate in our daily conversations comes from not from the words we speak, but from the tone, the posture, the timing, and even the microfacial expressions. Let me give an example. The slight hesitation before a yes, it actually means I'm not sure. These signals are not just decorative, they are the core data we humans use to navigate our relationships. Now, let me tell you what happens in virtual reality. Even the most advanced headsets and most advanced avatars today cannot fully replicate these signals. The eye contact is approximate. It's not real. The facial expressions are just reduced to a mere set of placed emotes. And the body language is reduced to broad set of gestures. Let me give you an example. Imagine an athlete who only ever practiced free throws in an empty court, and now he's expected to perform in a live chaotic game. He cannot perform. The skills won't transfer because the conditions for practice were not real at all. That's that. Now let's move on to our next point. The erosion of tolerance for conflict and rejection. Real social life is uncomfortable. Fights happen, miscommunications happen, people don't agree, friends don't agree, and people are embarrassed, hurt, or even rejected. But crucially, they have to sit there and deal with it. That's how we learn. That's how we learn emotional regulation and conflict repair. Virtual reality, on the other hand, gives you an escape hack. You can simply move away, teleport away, you can simply mute another avatar, and you can even remove the headset altogether. You don't have to deal with the discomfort. You don't have to apologize. No need to. You don't have to deal with anything. Now let's compare it with real life. If you snap at a friend, you have to watch their face fall, feel the tension. You can't simply just move away. Now let me ask you 2 questions. Can a digital smile confront someone who is actually grieving? And if virtual reality was actually improving our social skills, why do our parents still tell us to go outside and play? Thank you.
That was great. Next, we have Greenhouse, the second speaker.
Good morning, respected principal, teachers, honorable chairpersons, my dear friends, and worthy opponents. Today, I stand before everyone to represent my greenhouse, St. Patrick's, and I am going to speak in against of the motion: is virtual reality damaging our social skills? No, virtual reality does not damage our social skills. In fact, it helps us to improve it. Like my mate, cousin said, humans are social creatures. So, virtual reality helps us humans to meet with other people and interact with others. For example, a person who's living in a rural area, he does not have any friends or people nearby. He can use the VR headsets and meet with people. They can also use VR headsets to do workshops, online workshops, help other people. Also, they can use it for having their own interactive environment. Also, people can use VR in many ways. They can use it for the beneficial of their own selves, others, Also, they can attend virtual classes. For example, if a person who is living in Japan, he is doing his medical lessons, he is studying about medical sciences, and he has to see or learn a lesson about a major surgery. It's going to happen in India, but he cannot come due to any reason. So he can use the virtual headsets and he can learn his lessons effectively and easily. It will also help him to get the feel and environment what the surgery looks like and how tense or relaxed the environment is. Also, also the thing is that people can use VR and there are many less consequences because nowadays VR uses cameras and virtual tracking. They can also use cameras to see ourselves, they can track our faces and they can generate it as an avatar. It's not necessary that we have to use any pre-built avatar. We can also use our own selves. It will also help us to interact with other people. People can use virtual reality to increase their social skills. Because, for example, a person is having a bad day or he is not feeling good, he has to perform effectively on the theater. He can use the VR and get the environment of a stage. And with the help of the environment, he can practice his own words, practice his own self things, which will help him while he stands on the stage. Also, VR is very helpful for the development of empathy. If a person watches a video on bullying, he does not use it very effectively. But if a person wears VR, he will put himself on the shoes of the other person. He will be in the boots of the other person. He will think that yes, how to prevent bullying and what can I do? So, what I mean to say that virtual reality is a benefit to human. It will help us and it's a great moment for humanity. Thank you.
Next we have Red House, the third speaker for the motion.
Good afternoon, everyone. Imagine a room full of employees, a future room where every employee is a master. He can debug codes, he can do anything he wants, but he cannot support his coworker when he is emotional. What's the use of it? Yeah, it's a science fiction now, but it could be reality in the coming future. I would like to say that Vanshdeep has now told us upon some topics over here, but the topic is not about is virtual reality helping us or not. It's about is virtual reality damaging social skills or not. Yes, virtual reality is actually damaging social skills. You can notice now we cannot talk. Now we cannot talk properly. We have no confidence. I myself standing here cannot talk through confidence. While meanwhile you are. Meanwhile, some of you are very good at talking to someone. Virtual reality damages our social skills and it also decreases our time management. Time management. Time, every hour you spend on VR is an hour you lose. Every hour every hour you go on scrolling. You watch YouTube shorts, you do many things, but you forget in the end that you are wasting your time. Suddenly, you'll realize that you have wasted all your time doing nothing all over your day, and you are just come back sitting at a couch doing nothing, only scrolling reels. Yeah, I know. Like some of you might think that these speeches are created by AI. Yes, you are true. AI is being used, but remember, it's about damaging, not are we using it or not. We should not completely ban AI. We should just limit their use. I would like to speak upon the second problem, which is anomaly, the fear of being left over. Left over, a feeling which comes in every teenagers nowadays because they are socially active more, but they are dying or really. Sometimes you might have noticed that your friends cannot console you, your friends cannot relate, and your friends cannot talk to you. Yeah, I know. Some of you might have noticed this. Some of you might have noticed, but you have not understood it completely. It's an anomaly. I would like to I would like to bring some newspaper coverings in your opinion, in my opinion. The New York Times 2024 says that teenagers are now being feeling lonely and anxiety after the uses of virtual reality. If that was so, that virtual reality is increasing our social skills, then how can teenagers are feeling loneliness and anxiety? Thank you.
Next comes the third speaker from the greenhouse.
Good afternoon once again to Honorable Chairman, respected judges, principals, teachers, and my dear friends. I, Gajendra Singh, the third speaker of St. Patrick's, strongly disagree upon the point of my opposition Tattva. As he said, virtual reality, virtual reality ruins our communication. I strongly disagree. My point of view is virtual reality nowadays has different platforms. Virtual reality is Virtual reality is good for many things, and these such as virtual classrooms, escape rooms, together learning and for problem solving, class, communal business meetings, business meetings, medical simulations, and many other things. Virtual reality also helps them in uh, democratic socialization. Suppose in the physical world, a person, suppose in physical world, teenagers are equipped.
After listening to the three speakers from each house, now I will request both the teams, if you want to present any point of information for your stance, that is for your motion, supporting, is there anything you want to bring? You have 15 seconds, otherwise we will continue with the fourth speaker. Yes, you can definitely repeat the speaker because this is just point of information which you are sharing with the opponent team and the audience.
As the opponent said, that virtual reality is damaging the social skills. No, it's not, because they talk about that it becomes anxious and makes teenagers more sad. But no, it's not true. Teenagers can use that to increase their speaking skills. They can use it to interact with other people online. For example, a person who is sitting in a room and he does not have any neighborhood nearby him. He cannot talk or play with other friends. He can use virtual reality to play with other people virtually. Also, he said, Tattva, that he said that the people who use VR waste their time and hours. No, it does not. They can limit their time, they can use parental controls and time limits. Thank you.
Kindly follow the time limit. It's point of information. It should not exceed 30 minutes. 30 seconds. Sorry.
My worthy opponent just said that if a person is locked in a room alone with no neighbor, how can he communicate? How can he effectively entertain himself? To that we say, we have many indoor games. And the point is not that VR is damaging our benefits of virtual reality or not. The point is virtual reality damaging our social skills? Now, I would like to question our opposition that VR helps doctor practice surgery. Yes, I agree, but in a controlled manner. VR helps autism kids.
Thank you both the teams for your point of information. Now we will continue with the fourth speaker for the motion, that is from Red House.
Good afternoon, everyone. If even Mark Zuckerberg, the founder of Meta, the corporation that created and controls Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, Meta Horizon, VRChat, and many more social media apps, does not allow his children more than 2 hours of social media time, doesn't that tell us something? He does this because he wants his children to cultivate social skills. My teammates have built a case across four arguments: time displacement, non-verbal fluency, undermined vulnerability, and anonymity. Allow me to bring our case together. We began by showing that social skills are not innate, they are built through repeated consequence bearing practice. We then showed four compounding ways VR undermines this practice. VR completely flattens non-verbal cues. It uses uh, motion tracking, AI, and other software which is completely unreal. It does not actually do anything. We rely and use these signals to actually have a conversation, to move our relationships forward, to make friends. It removes the time displacement required to build these skills. It also does not help us in any of the conflict resolution skills. It displaces real world time in which the skills would otherwise be built, and it strips away the vulnerability required to build trust, which is the very basic foundation our relationships rely on. These four are not isolated, they reinforce one another, creating a feedback loop where users become increasingly comfortable with shallow, escapable, anonymous interaction and increasingly unpredictable to the real thing. Judges, the opposition may point that virtual reality benefits, and some of the benefits are real. We don't disagree. But today's motion asks a specific, narrower, and more important question. And to that question, all the evidence, the logic converges on one point that VR is damaging our social skills. But think of it, a generation which is completely okay with avatars but foreign to eye contact. That's not progress. That it is a quiet erosion of what makes us human. Now, I would like to share some quotation, questions, examples, and analogies. After COVID-19 pandemic, 90% of teachers did not report a loss in grades. They reported a loss in confidence, social skills, eye contact, and such things. A driving simulator can help you practice, but it cannot prepare you for the real traffic. If virtual reality interaction is enough, then why do schools organize debate, quiz, elocution, music, dance competitions, and including assemblies? VR is like an artificial sweetener.
And to go to the house. Next, we have the last speaker from Greenhouse with a closing argument.
Good afternoon, everyone. As the fourth speaker, I would like to conclude the arguments that had been said from our team Greenhouse. First, talking about, as my mate said, during COVID-19, after the pandemic ended, teachers reported low grades in confidence and etc. But that time, technology wasn't developed. Nowadays, it's much better, and future it's going to increase. Now I would like to conclude all my points that has been said from our team. VR doesn't replace relationships. It removes the barrier that separates them. Technology isn't the enemy. Irresponsible uses. Every avatar represents a real human with real thoughts and emotion behind it. VR expands our world. It does not shrink humanity. Don't blame the tool. Teach people how to use it properly. I would like to present a few quotations before you. The first one states that technology is best when it brings people together. The second one states that the greatest limitation isn't technology, it's how we choose to use it. Now I want to ask you something. Tell me, can connecting with someone across the world be a difficult isolation? Isn't practicing communication in VR better than not communicating at all? Should we blame VR for the choices people make? If VR helps a shy student gain confidence, how can we call it damaging? No, we cannot. VR neither creates isolation nor does it damages social skills. Like books can cause distraction from outdoor activities, car causes accident, mobile phone lead to addiction. Yet we never blame these. We encourage responsible use. For example, I want to compare VR with sugar. If used excessively, can lead to harmful consequences, such as diabetes. If not used at all, makes the food tasteless, and if used in the correct proportion, makes the food taste delicious. Similarly, if VR is used with responsibility, it makes our life much better. My worthy opponents have mistaken misuse for the technology itself. If excessive use of VR can affect social interactions, so does can be said for books, sports, television, or even work. At last, I want to conclude that the real issue isn't technology. It's how we use it. It's how we choose to adapt it. The problem is access, not the thing itself. And therefore, VR shouldn't be blamed. The choices and the people who misuse it should be. Throughout history, every new technology has been questioned. Yet, humanity has always learned to adapt. The future isn't about choosing between virtual or real worlds. It's about using both wisely. Let us not fear innovation and guide it responsibly. Thank you.
Thank you so much, participants and the audience. You maintain the discipline very well. Thank you so much. It was a highly informative and a very interactive session. I hope the judges have done with their part of judging. Now it's the turn for group 2, but before that, there's a 5 minutes break. Teachers are requested if the boys they want to use the washroom or they want to drink water, they can go but in proper order and maintaining the discipline. There should not be any hindrance in discipline. Thank you so much. Well tried, boys. Please go now next.
opposition that VR helps doctor practice surgery. Yes, I agree, but in a controlled manner. VR helps autism kids.
House and Blue House with the topic AI is a threat to student creativity. For the motion, we have Blue House, and against the motion, we have Yellow House. Please welcome them with a huge round of applause. The rules are the same. First, there will be an introductory speech from each house, followed by the next speakers with their strong stance for their motion or against their motion. Beginning with Blue House, the time limit remains the same, that is 3 minutes. After 2 minutes 30 seconds, the bell will go.
Good afternoon, respected judges, honorable teachers, and my dear friends. The greatest danger to creativity is not the absence of ideas, but the presence of ready made answers. Today, when a student has a question, they no longer pause to think, they directly go to AI and ask. When imagination is replaced by instant generation and curiosity by convenience, creativity quietly begins to disappear. I, Lecturer Singh Bhati of class 10, stand before you in favor of the motion that AI is killing the creativity of students. Ladies and gentlemen, AI is a brilliant servant, but it is becoming dangerous. Master, instead of encouraging young minds to imagine, experiment, and create, it is making them copy, depend, stop thinking independently. Let me explain why this is a serious concern. Artificial intelligence is an extraordinary invention, but when students allow it to replace their imagination rather than enhance it, creativity begins to fade. Technology should empower human minds, not replace them. Therefore, I firmly support the motion that AI is killing student creativity. The future does not belong to those who can ask AI for answers. It belongs to those who can ask questions that AI cannot. We are the one who born the AI. We are not born by AI. We are the one who gave birth to AI. Creativity is not product, it's a process. AI gives us the product but steals that process. Tell me, if Newton would not have sat under the apple tree, an apple would not have fallen. Who would have discovered the gravity? AI or us? It's us. We humans have discovered gravity. So AI is nothing. Thank you.
Now we have the introductory speech from Yellow House.
Respected Chairperson, honorable judges, worthy opponents, teachers, and my dear friends. A very good afternoon to you all. I, Harshvardhan Kamnani, stand before you today to oppose the motion that artificial intelligence or AI is a threat to student creativity. Before we jump into this debate, let's step back and ask ourselves a few simple questions. Did calculators make people stop understanding math? Did the invention of camera kill the art of painting? Did personal computers or the internet ruin education? Did search engines make knowledge unnecessary? The answer to every single one of these questions is no. History shows us that whenever a new tool comes along, it doesn't destroy our ability to think. It actually expands what we can do. Artificial intelligence is just the next step in that journey. One common concern is that AI hurts creativity, but technology itself is just a tool. The real issue isn't AI, it's how we choose to use it. Think about it this way: a paintbrush can't paint a picture on its own. A piano won't play a song without a musician. A pen can't write a novel on its own either. In the exact same way, AI cannot produce anything meaningful without human ideas, directions, and judgment. Every single thing AI produces starts with a human prompt, a question. The student has to decide what to ask, what to keep, what to edit, and what to throw away. Making those choices requires real critical thinking and original thought. Creativity has never been about the tool you use. It's always been about the person using it. Over the course of this debate, our team will show how AI helps students brainstorm new ideas, saves valuable time, makes learning more personal by adapting to personal needs, and gives everyone a better chance to innovate, explore, and create with confidence. So, let's not fear new technology. Let's learn to use it intelligently. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Next, we have the second speaker from Blue House.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Harshvardhan, I really appreciate your ideas and your views, which is well taken from cloud or ChatGPT, and but it's a point of contention. Well, I want to ask you a question that can AI replace the original thinking, the critical thinking, the curiosity in the mind of a person? No, it can't. And Albert Einstein has famously said that knowledge is not important than asking a question. Well, today I, Rudra Alba, stands before you to raise my voice on a very crucial topic which is drastically spreading like an open wildfire. That is AI threat for students' creativity? Obviously, yes, it is. And the the results are in front of us. Now let's begin. AI, if AI encourages dependencies. Students today can generate essays, poems, stories, artwork, presentation, and even their homework within seconds. That's really not good. First of all, in olden times, the boys, when they used to get homeworks, they used to go for libraries, search for the book in which the details are given. Then they used to write it down, and then they used to do so much of hard work, putting some words. But nowadays, the today's generation, that is Gen Zs, what they are doing is whenever they are getting homework, they are just sitting at the table, pressing few keys, and they are getting their answers. That's not good at all. And my point of saying is we can say that AI is not threat for students. More, so how we can say that AI is not threat for students' creativity? Sorry, my dear opponents, you need to wake up and smell the coffee. Thank you.
Very good. Move on. Next, we have the second speaker from Yellow House.
To build on a case, let's look at how AI actually works as a everyday partner for creativity. Our first main point is simple. AI helps students when they get stuck. Every writer get writer's block. Every artist get run out of ideas. Every student hit a wall where they just don't know where to start. In those moments, AI acts like a sound good. Imagine a student writing a story who asks AI for 5 possible plots. Does the AI write the full story? Of course not. The student read those ideas, reject the boring ones, add their own voice and style to the piece. Our second point is AI save the time so student can focus on actual creative thinking. Student spend hours on routine tasks checking basic grammar, proofreading, and digging through the pages of search of engine links. AI can handle this repetitive jobs in seconds. Look at how professionals work today. Scientists use AI to analyze large amount of data to find medical solution faster. Musicians use AI tool to try out rhythm patterns, and filmmakers use it to plan visual effects. Thank you.
Brazilian House. Just for your information, participants, you can take help of paper, but totally reading it out is not acceptable. It can lead to negative marking. So kindly note down your points, take help of your sheets, but don't just read it out. Thank you. Next we have Blue House.
Good afternoon, respected chairperson, honorable judges, teachers, and my dear audience, and my dear fellow mates, my opponents too. It was a swell time listening to my teammates. Yes, I'm very glad that we are discussing our point of content. I, Tanmay Singh, stand before you to speak for the motion that AI is the threat to student creativity. I have a bone to speak with you, my opponents. AI equals to dependence. As my friend Rudra already mentioned. Yes, it of course creates or originates dependency in a student. I'll tell you how. Whenever students get any type of homework, project, assignment, they don't just think creatively. They just go, search, upload the prompt on ChatGPT and get the answer in a few minutes.
But that's not the way. The Gemini, the ChatGPT have collected data from whom? From us, the humans. And have you ever read that in the last it's written ChatGPT can make mistakes. So if it can make mistakes, how can it give you a correct answer? Well, listening to my opponents, it sounded like a foot in a mouth. As my senior student mentioned that Saksham mentioned that AI means a person stops thinking if he doesn't get an answer. But if we have a discussion with his fellow mates, then he can get a few answers. My dear opponents, you might think or you may believe the students are saving time with the assignment. But let me clear your misunderstanding. There is something missing. Did you ever thought that they are skipping the beautiful and amazing process of thinking creatively, wisely, smartly, critically, and calmly, and having a lovely discussion while having a fun in a park? Not with ChatGPT, but with ChatGs. And that ChatGs refers to my group, my gang, my guys. And that's where the creativity is born. It really takes time, but that lovely group discussion and getting the views and ideas of our guys is really worth it. That's how creativity is born, grows, and creative minds are developed. The use of AI is galvanizing the thinking of Gen Zs. I would like to state my opponent, put your money where your mouth is. It also creates a loss of originality because most of the people are mugging parents in your classrooms. Have you ever noticed? Boys are mugging in your class. They are always like hurried so they can get good marks. In a nutshell, my dear opponents, the speech which is given by you is also an AI generated speech. Thank you.
Well presented, two house. Next, we have the third speaker from the other house.
Good afternoon, everyone. Now, turning to common concern, it is often said that artificial intelligence makes students lazy and dishonest because they are dependent on artificial intelligence and they copy the answers, which is not useful for their learning. And artificial intelligence is not always accurate because sometimes it faces some errors which is not beneficial for work. Human creativity remains irreplaceable. AI has no dreams, no childhood memories, no moral values, no imagination, no life experiences. It predicts patterns. Humans create meaning. A poem about losing a loved one cannot truly emerge from an algorithm. A scientific discovery begins with human imagination. AI may assist their journey, but it cannot replace the traveler. Powerful history has repeatedly shown that humanity grows stronger when it embraces innovation responsibility. Artificial intelligence is not replacing creativity. AI is redefining how creativity is exposed. The students of tomorrow will not compete with other people who know how to use AI creatively. As an author wisely said, any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. Let us not fear this magic. Let us learn to master it. Therefore, I strongly oppose the motion the artificial intelligence is a threat to the student creativity. Thank you.
And to Yellow House, now is the time for point of information. From both the houses, one speaker has to come and you get only 30 seconds to give your point of information for your stance.
Well, I want to ask you a question that this AI, Gemini, ChatGPT, from where it has come, my dear worthy opponents? Do you know that? It haven't fallen from the sky. The reformers of that AI, ChatGPT, Gemini is us. So how you can say that Gemini, ChatGPT helps us to create a new. Sorry, my friend.
Addressing my friend Rudra, is going to the library really helping a student improve his creativity? Instead, it just wastes the time of a student. Going to the library is just copying what is in the book. But AI helps to do the same, but in minutes, not hours. And also it's chat GPT, not GTP. And addressing to our friend Tanmay, chat GPT can make mistakes, but so do humans. So do humans. You can't conclude that a speech is AI generated. That's not how a debate works. That's how an argument works.
Thank you, both the teams. Now, we are going to witness the fourth speaker from Blue House.
Good afternoon to my dear
Opponents,
my work, my honorable judges, and my dear friends. As we know, our dear friends told that AI inspire ideas, but inspiring ideas without thinking is just imitation. If I give you $1 million today, many of you will accept it. But the catch is, you would die tomorrow. Now, will you accept it? Obviously, no. That shows that the importance of one day is more than $1 million. AI is a threat to student creativity. Creativity is not drawing, sketching, or other hobbies. It is when you imagine something new. In today's generation, AI has took over everyone's creativity. The same information, the same teachings, nothing new to learn. It's just suppressing our thinking. When William Shakespeare wrote tragedies like Julius Caesar, when Rabindranath Tagore composed poetry, they did not use AI, they used their own brains and creativity. But now, students generating complete assignments using ChatGPT and other AIs. Debate speeches like my worthy opponents written entirely by AI. AI has no childhood memories. It has never experienced failure. It has never celebrated success. It has never loved or lost anybody. It predicts words mathematically. It does not feel them emotionally. The question before is very simple. If machines are doing our thinking, what will be left for the students to create? Ladies and gentlemen, artificial intelligence is undoubtedly one of humanity's greatest inventions. But every invention carries responsibility. Fire can cook food or destroy a forest. Similarly, AI can support education or weaken creativity. Today, we already see students rely more on machines than their own imagination. If this trend continues, future generations may know how to ask AI questions, but forget their own imagination. How to ask if this trend continues, future generations may know how to ask AI questions instead of human brain their own imagination. If this trend continues, future generations may know how to ask AI questions instead of human brain their own imagination. If this trend continues, future generations may know how to ask AI questions instead of human brain their own imagination. If this trend continues, future generations may know how to ask AI questions instead of human brain their own imagination.
To wrap up our case today, let's look at what will cleanly show throughout this debate. We'll shown that AI helps generating new ideas, doing brainstorming, saving times by handling routine work, absence individual learning needs, and creating better opportunities for students. Some worries about the risk of misuse, but almost every use eventually has a risk if you are incorrect. If car can cause accidents, but we build roads and safe rules, the internet can spread misinformations, but we are still using in our everyday to learn and researches. Electricity can be
destroy everything, but we don't turn off the lights and live in dark. We don't avoid our progress because we're afraid of it. We set proper students and standards and learn to use tools responsibly. The future don't belong to the people and avoid technology for the fear. No will be belong to people who really it completes to do their thinking for them, imaginations and judgment with their own. As Arthur C. once wrote, the, the sufficient advanced technology is derived from the magic. We shouldn't fear it, these new tools. We should learn to master it. Therefore, on behalf of my team, I strongly oppose the motion that artificial intelligence is threat to a student. By looking at us, you are not proving yourself stupid, but you are using it. Thank you.
Thank you, both the teams. With this, we have come to the end of our semi-finals. By the time the judges are doing the calculations, I would request our principal, Dr. William, to come and address the gathering and share with us his words of wisdom.
Good afternoon, everybody. Before, thank you. I paused because there are a few boys who are talking. Before I say a few words, I've got few certificates over here to distribute. First, they are the Founders Cup and the 17th Football Tournament 2026, which was held at St. Patrick's High Secondary School. So I will call upon the under 17 team to please come forward in an orderly manner. Please come. The under 17 team, please come. Boys, give them a big round of applause. So these boys represented St. Mary's, and as you know, taking part is very important. So they have taken part, and here they have got the participant certificate. Once again, let us give them a round. Thank you, boys. From there, in line, please. From there. With me over here, under 13, Brother Rigo Miranda Memorial Football Tournament, which also took place at the same time. So, the under 13 team, please come forward. Likewise, in an orderly manner, please come and occupy your places over here. So these are our under 13 boys who also took part. So let us give them a round of applause. So boys, thank you very much. Congratulations for taking part. And I hope you have learned sitting at the 17 and the 13 team. Yeah, in the line, please. Yeah. Thank you. And here, and here are two more certificates. This is with regard to dance competition. So this group has secured the first position in the group category seniors at the dance competition which had recently. They are from class 10B and 10A. Those boys, please come forward. Come on, you know. Yes, please. Dion, Kurik, Devan, Rudra, Aditya, Gulamrasi, Ansh, Dhananjay, and Shaurya Patel. So these are the boys. We also really deserve a big round of applause. Please take care. Congratulations, boys. Keep smiling and make sure you don't have two left feet. Okay? Yes, thank you. So, young men, we witnessed our inter-house debate competition. I sat there and I listened to. I must say, it takes courage and guts to come out. You are there at the other side, sitting quietly, yes, but it takes courage to come up and speak your mind. So, first of all, I congratulate all the four houses participants who came up and spoke. So once again, let us give them a big round of applause. Congratulations, boys. It was wonderful. Especially class 10 boys. Remember, I told you participate. And I see some of you, okay, did come up and participated. Congratulations. I also take this opportunity to thank the debate committee, the English group, especially those who made this possible, the inter-house debate competition. All those teachers who worked very hard. So let us give them a big round of applause. Thank you, teachers. All those who worked very hard. You saw some of them were there, some are behind the scene. Yes. And I also take this opportunity to thank the judges. It's not easy. So thank you very much for judging, to the juries, to Ranju Kumar and Salinat. So let us give them a big round of applause. Thank you so much. First, you know, we are sitting over here, and this was watched by many other ex-students. It was on YouTube live. I sat down there, I put it on. So for the first time it's happening. So all those people who have made this possible, Sir Sanjay, Sir Kevin, and the others, give them a big round of applause. I'm sorry, I must speak there, student, yes. Yes, as you're sitting here, our students, our parents are too watching this live. Okay? So, thanks a lot. Congratulations. So, on behalf of the management, I take this opportunity to thank one and all, everyone who made this debate in the house competition 2026 a great success. Teachers who have prepared the banners, boys over there helping the sound system, students also helping, the catering department, the estate department members, everybody have worked so hard behind the scenes to make this a big success. So once again, to everybody who made it possible, let us give them all a big round of applause. Thank you. And you know, we began with rain. We need rain. And you know, when it rains, the pitter patter, okay, we can't hear it. Yet, at the end, not at the end, as the debate competition progressed, the rain stopped. So we must thank God, okay, for the rain, as well as for this opportunity that God is with us all the time. So let us thank God for being with us and making us possible to have this competition. So now, boys, we have got a lot of time with us. So I'm not going to speak about the debate competition. You know it, where you speak for the motion and against the motion. As you see, you need two hands to clap. Yes. So same for the motion and against the motion. You got to listen to them. So here are the results. In group one, the first one, it was the Red House. Give them a big round of applause. And in the second round, it was the Blue House. So they will compete tomorrow in the finals. So it is red and blue. So all the best, boys, tomorrow. You are on, okay? So it's your turn to compete. So all the best. And you boys, the audience, thanks to you. You've been good. So give yourself a big round of applause. Come on. Thank you. And there are a few boys over here did not behave. You're good. So their behavior is not good. So tomorrow, a few of you will go to the office. It is again finals. I said to myself, yes, we need audience, but there are a few boys, okay, do not behave themselves. Sorry about that. So, here, once again, thank you on the Lord. May God continue to be with us and bless us. Thank you. I will give to Sir for the discourse.
Thank you, brother, for all your encouraging words and for those who you have congratulated. Now, first of all, Red House and Blue House, you need to stay back, participants. Only the participants, because you need to discuss for tomorrow's final. Class 10A, 10B, please exit. Only 10A and 10B, please get up and exit. Those who are in the front, please.